Cool. Awesome. So we are recording at the moment. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So, what you gonna call it? Right. A few things that I just want to get out of the way. Number one, you guys are all in the Pivots group chat. And to those who are listening to this recording as well, you're all in the Pivots group chat because it's very easier to put everything and everyone in one chat instead of having to message everyone privately. I know that you guys are probably in other groups and it feels like it's a lot. Trust me, I get it. But I'm in way more groups than any of you. I can guarantee that for sure. But the groups is just there because it's easier to try and reach everybody. So if you can, from time to time, just check back into the chat just in case we've said anything that's going to be important, maybe like when the next meeting is and what time it is. And then if you schedule a time for a meeting, do try and put it in your calendars or in your diaries or in your reminders so that you do remember, and so on and so forth. Just because, again, it makes it easier because I don't want to miss anyone by trying to go through all the lists and then trying to find someone and saying, oh, we're live. So it just helps if you guys can just be on as well. It will be awesome. And yeah, these calls are literally just to help you and aid you in terms of with your trading and things like that. As you become proficient and you get really good, then hopefully you guys will be the one leading these calls and it won't be me. But essentially that's what it is, right? So and also another thing with the Pivots group chat, once you guys start getting your results and whatnot, it would be so awesome for you guys to be sharing it in there, right?
Hello.
Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna mute everyone for now. Hello, welcome. But yeah, so we've just started. I was just giving some ground rules, and I'm also recording this so you can always also check back at the end of it. But essentially, after when you guys start making your money and you start getting your results, it will be really, really good to screenshot them and put them into the chat because it's a really good encourager. It motivates everyone to like keep going, and those who are slacking they know that they got to get their butts up and running to get the bread because the money waits for nobody. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys are all well. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna basically get into everything, right? I just create like a short slide of everything and we can get this show on a road. Right, so we are doing FRX, right? So this ain't HFX for all of you people that have been doing HFX before, right? HFX is good, HFX is great, and you can always do it as well, but this is FRX, right? So for those of you who are beginners and you guys are straight on getting to FRX, right? I'm gonna just show you what it is that you need to do to get started. This is just like the launching, the basics. As you become more proficient, as you become better, you can now decide to develop and go into advance. But the basics is going to still help you get and make the money that you need. So some of the things that we're going to go through is the videos you need to watch, how you can access Go Live, how you can create your account with MT4 and KOT4, and then looking at placing a live trade and adding your brokers to your MT4. So I'm going to go through all of that today so that all of that is just covered. And then even as I'm talking, if you've not done some of the steps, you can now go and do some of the steps as well. So this is the videos that you need to watch, right? It's a list of what is that, like, I think 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 videos, right? So this is just a list of 22 videos that you need to first watch. So it's quite simple, quite self-explanatory. You click the link for I Am Center. So as that's just opened up, I'm going to share my screen so I can show you what happens once you click it. I'm just looking for, okay. Awesome. So that's opened. Share my screen. So you guys should be able to see that. So this is I Am Center. When you log in, right? So you just log in with your normal details and whatnot. When you log in, you see this bit here. You now want to go to academies, when you're in academies, you will now see that there's different things, FRX, so on and so forth. If you're on the elite package, you see a lot more. But right, you want to click on FRX English. Here is now when you want to click and watch these videos. If for whatever reason, because I know that some people on this call, they have started with HFX, right? That's okay. On your next build date, you can just change it simply to FRX so you can watch some of these videos as well. Because there's some videos that you need to watch, for example, like what is a pip, what is a lot size, which I will probably, I should be able to go through some of them in this session, but you definitely also want to watch the video because they're going to go into more depth and they're going to basically make it make sense, right? So it's quite self-explanatory. On the what's it called, the welcome pack that I sent you, right? It's gonna have these videos. Of course, I've just updated this, so I'm probably just gonna send just this slide into the pivots group chat, right? So that you have it, and then what you just do is you now have the numbers that you should be aiming to watch. So I'm gonna screenshot this. Actually, let me do it now while I'm here, so I know that it's all good, all done. Okay, awesome. So that's that. I've just sent that into the group chat. So definitely start that, look for that. Those are the videos you want to watch to ensure that you have a basic understanding. Now, I say that because, you want to get into the next part. It's not to say after you've watched those videos, you just ignore the rest. You should definitely go back and watch the rest because there is more that's going to help you and aid you and, advance. But these are just the basics one to then watch, right? So I hope that's clear, that's precise, that makes sense, right? So you literally just watch those videos. Done. Once you now watch these videos, make sure you're making notes as well, so that if you for whatever reason you get confused, you can always ask me. After you've now done that, you want to go to your welcome pack and go to step 8, which is page 10, as you can see, right? So FRX and talks about pivots. So we are using a strategy called pivots, right? You want to have some sort of understanding of this strategy. That welcome pack has so many different ones, but right now we're going to start with pivots. After time, like I said, once you get advanced, you can now go into other things. So the welcome pack should not be overwhelming at all. It just has everything that you need. It's like a guide to everything. So you then you start small and then you develop yourself and go into the other things, right? So right now we're looking at pivots. You want to master pivots before you get into other things. So it's the same thing. You want to go to pivots, right? You want to go to go live.im. When you click on that, it's your same login. After that, you want to scroll down to strategies, quite there, click on pivots, click on the educator, Lee Allen, and then you want to watch these videos. So again, I'm going to go to go live just to show you what it looks like, right? So you click on go live, right? Let me do it from the start as if I'm not even logged in. So go live, you log yourself in, you want to scroll all the way down, right? Look for pivots right there. Click on pivots. Then who do we see? We see Lee Allen, educator, right? So that's when she is. Then we just want to click on that. And then it should bring you to her section. Then you want to click her favorite sections right there. Then you want to basically match what is on that thing. So what I said, the first one is, I even gave the date stamp. So 8/04/2020, start here, pivots 101. So we're looking for 8/04/2020, right here. See, 8/04/2020, start here, pivots 101. So you just click that and then you watch it, right?
Hey, welcome.
So she does go into depth. So it is a bit long. So I would suggest maybe try and set yourself to watch one a day or one every 2 days, just so you can see her, because she goes into steps on what things is and the strategy that we uses, right? Because she just wants to give you as much value as possible. So that's why it's a bit long. But it's and then afterwards at the end, she even starts answering questions that the students ask that day, right? So that's literally what you would do. And then afterwards, you just go back and you watch the rest. So they're all here in our favorite sessions. just so you have an understanding of what pivots is, right? So now I'm going to go back. If that is making sense so far, please type a 777 in the chat box. So I know that all I've said so far is making sense, that once you now go off this call, you guys can find this yourself. You guys can do this yourself. It's not confusing. It makes sense, right? Okay. Okay, awesome. I'm glad it's making sense. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Right. So now I'm going to teach you a little bit about lot sizes. Like I said, you want to watch the video again so that you understand it, because these are professional educators, right? This is just me explaining it from my understanding of watching their video, right? So therefore, you want to watch it because then you might get a slightly different understanding from watching their videos, but it should be the same. I mean, we'd hope that it was the same. Okay, right? For some of you, I've kind of been through this already, but for majority of you, I don't think I've been through this already, right? So the way I think of a lot size is I think of it as like a measurement, right? So like kilograms or centimeters or liters, right? That's how I sort of think of a lot size. So when I hear a lot size, I think of it as it's a measurement for something. Now, in any measurement, you can have different sizes. So let's use kilograms, right? And let's talk about flour. So 1 kilogram, we know, is 1,000 grams, for example, and that is the size of that flour. And in anything, the more flour you have, the more cakes you can make, right? So if we look at what we call a micro lot, for example, that's like saying we are using 250 grams of flour to make a cake. The 250 grams will make you your cake, right? But you will only have a certain amount of cake made, right? So that's what we mean when we say a micro lot. It's just think of it, 250 grams. Now, of course, how the unit looks like, of course, isn't grams. The unit is actually 0.01. So when they're saying micro, they mean 0.01, right? But again, a micro could be 0.02 because it's not the number itself, it's the 0.0 x. So whatever x is that number. So it could be 0.04, 0.07, 0.09, right? 0.06, right? So it's the 0.0, then the number that makes it a micro lot, right? So if you're making notes down, I really want you guys to make notes on this. Make sure you're making notes and write that down. Now, so that is one way you can look at it. But then a second way is knowing that equivalents to 10 cents. So if we're looking at the kilograms of a flour again, someone can tell you that 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So 0.01 lot size is 10 cents, right? 10 American cents, but you can say 10p if you're in England, right? 10p, 10, what's the euro equivalent? Whatever the euro equivalent is, the euro equivalent, the naira, whichever one it is just that, right? But I'm just going to say cents just to make it clear. So 10 cents, right? So if someone's saying a micro lot of 0.07, that would be 70 cents. Why? Because the 1 times 7 is 70. So 0.08 would be 80 cents. To make sure you guys are getting it, type in the chat box what you think 0.03 is. Let me know in the chat box what you think 0.03 is, right? Just so I know if you guys are understanding this. 30 cents, exactly. And try one more time, 0.09. Just anyone? 90 cents, exactly. That's as simple as what it is, right? Now, I'm gonna go to the next one. So we look at the next one, which is a mini, right? So saying a mini lot is like saying 500 grams of flour, right? You can see it's a little bit more, meaning you're gonna have what? More cake, right? So when they say that though, by a mini, they mean 0.10. You've seen that the one has now moved one decimal place. It's no longer 0.01. It is now 0.1, right? Meaning that is basically another way of saying $1, $1 American dollar, or £1, €1, one whatever, right? That's what that means. So again, just to make sure you guys are getting it, because I think you are, but I just want to make sure you guys are getting it. If I said I want to use a mini lot of 0.3, I've said that already. Let's do 0.40. What would that be in actual money terms, right? If I want to use a mini lot of 0.40, what would that be in equivalent to money terms? $4. Exactly. Yes, £4, $4. Yes, 4. You guys are getting it right. Exactly. It's no longer 40p or whatever. It's 4. So that's as simple as what a lot size is. So when someone's saying, oh, use a lot size of 0.5, they mean £5. You're going to be, in this trade, you're going to be spending £5. Now, that's what a mini is. Now, let's go to a standard lot. So a standard lot, right? You guys, I'm sure you get it now. It's the same way of saying 1 kg, which is 1,000 grams, right? So in this case, the decimal point is again now moved, and it's 1.00, right? So 1.00 equivalent to £10 or $10, right? So if, for example, say if it was a 2.00, let me know in the chat box, what do you think that is equivalent to in pounds or dollars or whatever you want to use, right? The standard lot of 2 equals what? £20, $20. Exactamundo, right? That is it. That's as simple as what we mean when we say a lot size, right? So when we are saying, I want to use a lot size of this, we are basically saying that when we enter that trade, we are telling the market that we are putting forth £20. So you're either going to gain £20 or you're going to lose £20, right? And that might seem big at the moment, especially if you're using a small account size. But when your account is really big, £20 is nothing, right? But even let's say we'd use a mini, for example, and you say you want to use a mini lot of 0.60, that is £6, right? So you're telling the market that when I place this trade, I want to either gain £6 or lose £6, right? So whatever you got taught from HFX, just ignore it because it's slightly different, okay? So this ain't HFX. So how we know what we make in total is by using something called pips, right? It's kind of like a ruler. If you're trying to look at what to compare it to, it's like saying a ruler. I want to move 12 centimeters up or whatever. So if the market moves up a certain amount of pips, you basically do some mathematics, which you can use on your calculator, of course, to find out how much you made. So in this example on the screen here, it says that this market moved up 125 pips. So what you would do is you would times your 10 cents, right, which is on your micro lot of 0.01, your 10 cents, you would times that with 125, and you can see that on the example, you would have made $12.50, right? Because every time it moved up a pip, you were making 10 cents, right? You moved up 1 pip, you made 10 cents. You move up another pip, you made another 10 cents. That's 20 cents. Move up another one, you made 30 cents, right? So it's quite, I'm sure you guys get that. So that's what happens. Now, the same principle, the same thing, you now take that on a mini lot, right? You're now taking your dollar, you're timesing it by the same 125 pips. You can see that you've now made $125. It moved up the same amount of positions, but because your lot size was a mini instead of a micro, you made $125. You see how crazy this is? See why it's crazy? Exactly. Now try that again on a standard lot, meaning every time that pip moved up, you are making $10. So it moved up 125 pips. You have just made $1,250, right? And that's on a one standard lot. Imagine doing that on a 2. All you'd have to do is just double, right? Or you just basically do 2 times 100, well, 20, sorry, as in 2 max standard lot, which is $20 times 125, which is 2,500, right? Still 125 pips, but because your standard lot was on 2, you've now doubled your amount. Imagine if it was on 3, right? $30 times 125. You've now made 3,750, and it was the same amount of pips. But because your lot size was bigger, you made more money, right? So I'm going to move on to the next part now. So I hope that's kind of making sense. When you watch the video, hopefully when you now watch it, it will click and it will make more sense for you because I've kind of already explained it a little bit. And yeah. Now, this will be opening up your brokers. So, because just yet, can you please go to your, we can do this together just to kind of get you guys all set up. And then I'm going to now share my screen on my phone and show you how you would use your broker. So how does the lot size get bigger? By adding money to our trade? No, I'm going to show you on MT4. So we need to show you on MT4. So now I've explained the theory part of it. It's now showing you in a practical standpoint. But here's the thing. You do need more money to trade it, because just like you can make $20, like I said, you can lose $20 if it goes the opposite way. So if your account doesn't sustain that, then it will not put you in the trade. It will just say, it will kick you out. It won't actually go on because you don't actually have enough funds just in case you do lose, right? But here's the thing, with what I've been doing with FRX, it's very rarely that we've ever been losing. It's not, that's why it's not like a HFX, you know, like if you were joining on our session today with Lee Allen, you would have saw that we made some money, right? So yeah, so I'm going to pause this recording just to help you guys get, actually, no, I'm not going to pause it. I'm going to do it so you guys can actually do it live, bro. So you want to go to your welcome pack, right? And then you want to press KOT4 here, right? This link here. Then once you do that, you want to sign up to it. So when you press it, it should look like this, right? Then you want to sign up here, right? I already signed up, so that's why it's probably asking me to log in. Is it going to do it? Oh yeah, middle name is optional. You don't have to put your middle name there if you don't want to put your middle name there. But yeah, your last name, tick that, and then you sign up, right? Okay, awesome. Now, let me just, give me a second. I'm just going to log in. Okay, so after you've clicked this link, right, you should be able to sign up now. Once you sign up, you will see your dashboard, right? So dashboard where you are, everything. Now, you need to do the KYC verification for when you're ready to trade with a real account, with real money. You're going to need that. I don't think that they will let you trade your real money without this KYC verification. All it is just you got to upload your passport or your driving license or something like that, some sort of form of verification so that they can verify you, right? So that's that. But to create a demo account, you want to go to My Accounts. From My Account, you will see this here. You want to press Create an Account, right? So when you press Create an Account, it will open up a new page, which you see here. The first one, you want to press KOT Demo. Of course, when you're ready to do your real account, it would be the other one, which is, I think, RCN or something like that. But you want to use Demo. Then after that, USD is the only option anyway, so you just press USD. Doesn't matter where you're from, USD is just the answer. Then make this 50, then make this 100,000. Once that's done, you now want to press Create Account. When they do that, you should get sent an email with your login details, which we will show you I'm going to show you guys how you're going to sign up with the login details that they give you in just a second, right? Now, you want to download MetaTrader 4 because that is what we'll be using to actually do the trades, which is an app. So if you go onto the welcome pack, it says apps to download, which is here, MetaTrader 4, right? If you guys ever get confused or want to know something, usually check the welcome pack because, you know, it even has, like, for example, the live schedules that we do. So these are just extra schedules, but we, of course, trade at 2 p.m. UK time for the pivots strategy with Lee Allen, right? That's the strategy we're getting you guys started with. With time, you can now expand to the other ones at your own rate, right? So MetaTrader 4 is just here, you know, blue background, 3 rings, and then you can just download that. Once you now download that, and you've also got your login, I'm now gonna share my screen on my phone so that I can show you how it is that you sign up to KOT4 on your phone. So give me just a second while I log in on my phone. Okay, awesome. So yeah, so you want to type at the, so when you're in, you see that it's got quotes, charts, trade, history, and so on and so forth, right? You want to go into settings and then you want to press new account. When you do a new account, you'll be here. It will say open up a demo account or log into an existing account. We have already created an account on KOT4. So get that, you know, don't get that confused. We've created an account already. So what we are actually doing is we are logging into an existing account. So you'd press log into an existing account. In the search bar, right? You want to type in KOT. You can already see that's already popped up, but we want the dash demo, right? So you'd press that. Then you can see that the login's here. So now the login information that they sent you in your email, so the number you put there, and then the password you put there. Once you do that, you can now sign in, right? So I'm gonna go to my demo because I've already signed in, right? And I'm gonna show you how you would now add this to add NAS 100, because NAS 100 is the I guess is the, what's it called, indices, I think, that we trade. So when you're here, you won't see on your screen. It's because I've just added it. That's why mine is there. Let me see if I can actually remove it. Can I remove it? I don't know if I can remove it. Not sure if I can remove it, but anyways, to add it to your screen. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah. Oh, doesn't let me remove it. Wait, because I'm on last one. Oh, I still can't move it. Anyways, it's fine. But what you want to do is you want to press the plus sign, search NAS 100. It's not coming up for me because I already have it. So when you want to do it, you see the green plus symbol, the plus sign, the green thing, you'd press plus on that. The moment you press that, it would disappear. Of course, I don't have it. That's why, you know, because I already got it. And it's already disappeared, I mean, right? So you just press the plus sign, then it should disappear. Once it does that, you should now be here and you should now be able to see NAS 100. So I'm quickly gonna go through how it is that you, some keywords that you should definitely write down, right? And how it is that we would trade this pair. So there's some words that you want to write down. So ME, like capital M, capital E, stands for market execution, right? So what that means is that you are going to place a trade live right there and then in flesh. Like you are going to press the button before this trade goes live. It's you that's doing it, right? So you can even look at it as me. Market execution is me. I'm the one who's telling the market what to do, right? And then there's another feature I'm going to show you on here. So to actually place a trade, you click on NAS 100, right? And then you see it says trade chart details. You want to press trade, right? So you can see at the top here, it says market execution. So I literally just tapped on market execution for that to pop up if you're wondering how I did that, right? So market execution is right there, right? Then after that, you can see it says buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. So these are just, so the ones below, right, are just another way for you to enter a trade. So market execution is me saying, I'm going to enter this trade right now. Buy limit, buy stop, sell stop is you pre-programming the app to say that when the market hits this position, I want you to put me in the trade. I'm not going to do it. You're going to do it. So the phone or the app or whatever now puts you into the trade the moment it hits that position, right? So that's the difference. When it's a market execution, so there's many ways that you can do this. So I'm only going to say, like, I'm going to go for the simpler way. So let's look at a buy stop, for example. So you click a buy stop, yeah? And then you now have the ability to set the price. So you're basically saying that when price hits this point, I want you to buy. So for those of you who know what your buys and your sells are, buy meaning we want price to go higher. So right now you can see on the example on my screen, it's 15,361. So we want that price to go higher than 15,361. So that could be 15,362, 63, 64, 65, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's what that means. It can go above 61, basically, right? Because we want to do a buy. If the price is already at that point, you will see that the place button doesn't actually let me place it because I can't actually enter at that point. It's already hit that point. So you can see that right now on the right-hand side, it says 15,360.65. It's moving up and down, it's moving up and down, meaning that that is what? That is less than 15,361, which is the price that I was expecting to place it at. That is why it's letting me and giving me the option to press place, right? Hope that makes sense. So that's what that means. Now, the next word you want to write down is SL, which stands for stop loss. SL, stop loss. So what that means is that you can set a stop loss, but that's more advanced. We'll go into that in a little bit, but or maybe another time because we won't have time to go into it right now. Maybe there's even a video on FRX where you can actually watch that and it will make more sense as well. But basically what a stop loss is that you put another set of numbers in so that if price goes the opposite direction, right? So we want the price to be above 61, but let's say it goes below 61 and it keeps going down. We are basically telling price that, yo, take me out this trade. I don't want to lose so much money. And we look for an 8 to 15 pip. So if it's gone down 8 to 15 places, right, you can do the maths yourself. You can see that, oh, let's say on a mini lot, which is 0.01, if it moves down 8 pips, right, that's 80 cents that you just lost, right? And so you can tell the market, take me out of this trade. I don't want to lose a lot of money. That's if it's going the way that we don't expect it to, right? Now, a take profit is, of course, the opposite of a SL. So TP, if you ever see them say TP, stands for take profit, meaning you want to take the profit. You want this trade to take you out the moment it's hit your take profit. So example, if we started at 15,361, we want it to be above. So you can switch your take profit to 15,365, for example, right? Which is 4 pips. And you can do the maths, a mini lot, which is 10 cents, 4 pips, you just made 40 cents essentially, right? So that's what that sort of will be doing, right? That's if you want to do a buy stop. Now, again, it's the same principle for a sell stop, right? But it's opposite in terms of now, if we say price is there, you want price to go below that point because you want price to sell. You want it to go down. So the example that is on, let's go 1561 just so it makes sense and staying in the same category. So let's say now that's 15,361. We are basically saying that we want price to go the opposite way. So we want it to go to 15,360, 59, 58, 57, 56, 40, 30, 20, 10, 200. and down and down and down it goes. That is what we are saying when we say that we want to press a sell. Again, your stop loss is there, meaning that your stop loss has to be higher this time, because we are saying that if it doesn't go down below 1561, right, and it goes above actually, and it goes to 1565, we want to put a stop loss to say that, yo, take me out of this trade because I don't want to lose too much money, right? And then again, your take profit is the same. You just set the take profit to be below 15,361 or whatever the actual number is going to be on the day, right? And then that's it. Now, market execution, again, this is you doing it live. So buy market means I'm going to buy right now, buy this market. Sell by market means I'm going to sell right now. So the reason you see two squiggly lines that are, one is red and one is blue, is the red one represents what price is going to be. So you can see on the left hand side, the price is moving, is currently 15364.15 and it's moving up and down, right? So you'd press the red button if you want the red chart to move down. And similarly, if you want the buy button, which is the blue chart, you would press it at that time. So you are basically saying that you want the red to go down whenever you press a sell, right? And again, if you want it to go up, you'd press the blue because you want it to go up, right? So those are the key words that you really need to really know, right? And then on I'm gonna now apply this to Lee Allen when she actually does it. So that's what that is. Now the next thing is the lot sizes. Remember, we were talking about lot sizes. So you can see the minus 0.1, minus 0.001. That's basically you just setting it manually, right? So if you click those buttons, it's gonna set it, it's basically gonna add 0.01 or 0.1 or minus. That's why that number is moving. Or you can click on it and enter it manually. Now, because you guys are opening up a demo account of 100K, you guys can actually afford to do a one lot size, meaning every trade you're taking and making, right, you are essentially putting in $10 per pip is what you are basically doing. But you guys can afford that because your account is on 100K, right? If you're doing your real account, if you, let's say you sign off with 250, you wouldn't want to do that though. Now, would you? You'd want to do 0.01 because you're on a small account. So you'd want to do 0.01 till you grow your account. After you've grown your account, you can now see that it will now change. You can now do 0.02, 0.03, 0. You know what I'm saying? Until soon you're doing 0.1, then you're doing 0.5 until you build your account where you're now able to do 1, right? If you guys want to practice actually selling and buying, I would suggest you could, because it's a demo account, but only do it on like a small lot size, maybe 0.01 or 1. Don't do a 1 lot size, right? Even though you've got a big account doesn't mean blow it, because you're going to take this same principle into your real account. So you definitely want to make sure you're doing the same thing, right? But it's just I'm just saying it as a practice to get you practicing buying and selling, so you kind of see what happens and you're exploring a little bit, right? So that's what that is. Now, I'm going to quickly share something real quick before I come back to this. And then this will be the last thing before we go. So Lee Allen, right? Where is she? She's here. All right. So, oh no, it's not this one. It's this one. So earlier today, she took some trades. Now, if you want to trade with us, if you guys have access to pivots, I would definitely suggest watching her past recording so you can see how she does it. So she actually splits up her session into 3 different sessions because she calls out trades for 3 different things. But right now, we are focusing as a team on NAS 100. So that's around here-ish, 52 minutes in, if you guys want to watch it, right? So you can see that she's marking up her charts, and then she's giving us numbers that we're going to sell and buy with. So here she just did her sell stop, meaning that she called out a number. So what you would look for if you want to do a ME, which is a market execution, or a sell stop, is you would look for that point. You would type that in before you enter the trade. So now why I share the screen is to show you this. She typed in sell break. So basically what a sell break is, that when price hits that point, right? When price breaks that point, either for a buy or a sell, because you can see at the top, it says buy break, right? So when price breaks that point, either way, we should expect, to have taken it for a sell or a buy, right? So that's why I wanted to share the screen. And then you can see that as she's marking up her charts, so this is what we do every day at 2 p.m., right? As she's marking up her charts, right? We will now, if you wanted to do a sell buy, a sell stop or a buy stop, for example, you would now enter this number, and then these are the TP zones. So then you would now look to you type in the first one. So you can see that for a sell stop, she said 14,966. You now type in your take profit as 14,963, right? Because it's below 66 and we're selling, remember? So we want the price to go down, right? So this is where we will now take our profit, right? And then from that point, you would have made money, right? So you can basically create a pending order from that. When we're doing that, we're creating an order, right? Kind of like you ordering a cake and you want it to be whatever, it's the same thing. And again, similarly, with the buy stop, it's here. So if you're looking for a buy break and you wanted to do a buy stop, one or the other. So buy stop meaning a pending order, or the market execution for the buy break, meaning a live trade. So you're looking at the price for it yourself for it to hit that point. You would now press this. 14,989 is where she called out, and this is different every day, of course, right? And then you now wait for it to hit that point, which is 14,992. Again, that's above 14,889 because we want price to go up, right? So that's how we would do it. Now I'm just gonna practice showing you. Oh, I need to share my screen on this one. I'm gonna practice showing you how you. Oh wait, you guys have been chatting. Have you guys been chatting, bro? I've just been. Wait, have you been chatting or just me? Oh no, okay, never mind. I was on my thing and it looked like you guys were saying a lot of stuff. Anyways, I hope this is making sense, and this is just going to be the last part before we wrap up, because I know that it is now on the hour. So for example, I'm going to enter a trade just to show you how it would be if you entered a live trade, for example, so you're not scared nor confused on the day. Now, whether or not this wins or lose, don't worry about that, because again, there is no analysis to this. You want to analyze the market before you're entering a trade. This is just a demo account for me to show you how you would close the trade if you were to do a live trade. So for example, I'm gonna just do a sell. So once you do a sell, you're now in the trade, right? So we can see that at the moment, it is currently losing. It's on -8. So to close the trade, you have to press and hold, then you press close. When you do that, it actually doesn't close the trade. It opens up another page, right? Now, for example, another thing that you can do is you can modify. So if you know where you entered, so the first number that you can see there, 15,369 is where I entered. If I could modify this and say, actually, I want to do a take profit for, what was the number I called out? 15,365, was it? So I would want to do a take profit of 15.3, I don't know, like 15.36. Let's just do 6.3. Just for example's sake, right? 15. Oh no, I entered at 15.369. Right? So I could change that to where it is, 15.365, and I can modify it. So what I'm saying is that if price hits 15.369, I want it to, or 65, sorry, I want it to take me out. But even though you've modified it, if you see, for example, now we're in profit and we keep going back and forth. So if you're in minus, right, this is why you have your stop loss in mind, so you know what you're doing. But right now we are in profit, right? So you can just go here, see what it's doing. You can either close with a loss, which of course I would recommend wait a little bit, or you can wait a bit till it goes to profit. Remember, you need your stop loss, because for example, this is very close to my profit. But if I was losing bears, like I was losing 100 or something, you definitely should be out of that trade, because you don't want to still be in that trade, right? Now I'm waiting for price to get to a good point so I can close it, just so I can see. So I'm just watching it at the moment, right? So when you're closing it as well, because you can see that price moves so quickly, right? I'm going to close it now just because that went into profit. So if I go to my history, you can see I'll just make $10 at the top. That's the bottom one. The bottom one is the most recent trade that I just did, the 15,369 and it closed at 15,368. So just for me guessing, I make $10. Now imagine if I actually had the strategy with Lee Allen. I had the correct strategy. I followed what she said. That $10 could be a lot more. Why? Because you're confident and you're comfortable taking the trade, right? Because you know that she's called this out. So I know that, okay, she believed that it's going to go down. So I could have stayed in that trade for longer. But because I was just doing this on a whim, just to show you as a practice and an example, that's why I closed it just in case, right? So one thing I was just saying there is that when you're closing the trade, because the price goes up and down quite quickly, you want to make sure you close it quickly or when price is away. Because if I close it slightly slower, right, that could have closed me in a minus, right? So when it was like dabbling between what's it called, $2 and minus $2, right? It was very close to each other. If I'd pressed it at the wrong time, that trade could have actually closed me out on the -2 instead of the +2, right? So you definitely want to be quick triggered, and that's why some people decide to do pending orders so that it hits, but it doesn't always hit your pending order, right? Because you can see that I set my pending order, my take profit, to 15,365, but it didn't hit that point just yet. So I closed it out myself. If we look at it right now though, it's still on 15,368. So even in that point, it hadn't even hit my 15,365. So that's why sometimes it's also good to watch it so that you can actually close it out yourself. So that was just a quick tenor on the demo account that I've just made. So guys, that is pretty much everything that I think I wanted to show you that you should know. We trade every day, 2 p.m. Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. UK time with Lee Allen on Go Live. Once you guys start getting really good, you guys can now start looking to progress and take trades with her as well, right? So I'm gonna stop this recording